Not an easy match. If you look at how the opponents set up, 5 across, sitting in a medium block, it becomes a very difficult game where possession, control with our team, and you have to break the block and preparedness from them to go on transition. But I thought we were even better second half. We adjusted a few things in trying to progress into the next phase from our build-up. The only threat that was big was their set plays. They have the size, they've got the physique. The other threat was transitions, Moremi and Mashako who came out. But I thought we were in full control second half. Maybe the signs that we play in game number 52 are showing conditionally. You could see in every match, you see the decline in our condition, then it affects the technique. We are very precise when we come into the last third, but our best players, our creators today were not at our best with the decision making. But we understand if you play game number 52, you played 2 days, 3 days ago, the opponents have been preparing for the whole week. The signs will always show. We are still gracious. We still have another game. We move into the next match. But the gains that I saw, we're giving young players an opportunity. For the youngsters, I'm proud. See him scoring. A ball boy 3 months ago, now in the national team, and him scoring. So there's not so many games in the process. But today, disappointed about the result, but not about the processes.
Thanks, Coach. Colleagues, by a show of your hands, and then you introduce yourself and you ask the coach any takers. Okay. We'll pass the mic around.
So, Coach, this is also independent media. Coach, I think perhaps the last 3 games are probably going to be handbags now, maybe looking ahead at the season as well, or at the next season. But Coach, or Pirates rather, have prided themselves on being able to unearth players like Uslebe, Rele, Ngota, Mbegezele as well. Another person might say perhaps there was an over-reliance on these players at certain parts of the season, particularly Umuntu for example. Do you perhaps think that looking into the next season, there should be or could be a plan to sort of ease the weight on them to be able to carry a club the size of Orlando Pirates?
Number of games, maybe, but in terms of the experience, I don't think so. If you play a quarter in Egypt, you play a Celebe and you give him a starter in the derby, the most difficult game. For me, I see the positive side that there's a lot of experience gained. So the team is growing. Maybe the direction that our team is taking and the spec of how they do things, I thought it's the right one for the growth, not only of our team, but of football in the country. I think it's massive in our club to be bold and allow this process to happen. And maybe other teams should follow where we do that. Because if you see a quarter 3 months ago and you see a Rele, you see a Mbogazi, for me, it's a very bold decision from our club. So I don't see anything wrong. I trust our team in terms of decision making. It's a process that is long. I'm sure they've got plans of what is going to happen next season. We never expected what was going to happen, but we're still proud of the decisions taken. For us, it's just to follow the mission and try and fulfill all the goals and make the Buccaneers happy.
Afternoon, Coach. Afternoon, Coach. Lusane from Sokoladuma. Again, speaking on the youngsters that you guys have unearthed this season, in particular, Mbogazi or Celebe, how validating is it for you guys as coaches to see them make the step up into the national team? Yes, they're in the preliminary squad, but they're in the conversation to make the national team under Hugo Broos. How validating is that for you guys as coaches to see them take these steps as quickly as they have?
I know the processes of all clubs is to win trophies, but I'm sure there's lots of other objectives that clubs should go for. One cannot ignore the fact that we had 11 players. It's still early, but it's 11 players for one club, and one thing particular, they are young. One can only be proud, and the club must continue doing that. But I'm sure they are ready enough to compete and look into the future. So we are only proud, and we will always follow the processes that prescribe this club of ours.
Coach, can I just recognize in the last round, if I can say, we'll start with you, this last four, please. Thank you. You've been in Devon, Coach. I'm sure you're tired of them.
Good afternoon, Coach. Olile from Isonese, right? Yes, Coach, the 60-point mark is something that has been eluding the team since the 2010-11 season. Is it something that you look at, these kinds of statistics, and what does it do for the team going forward to next season to be able to collect this number of points?
I think these young players, this team are history makers. Like you alluded, it's the first time where this team is where it is. And I'm sure we've created a good foundation for a start next season. The targets that the club had beginning of the season, most of them have been met, but we're not perfect. We did not meet all of them. We must learn from what happened this season. Where can we improve going forward? Where can we reinforce our thoughts? Where are our weaknesses? And improve from that. And for me, from where we were last season and where we are right now, there's a big growth, and the stats are agreeing with us.
Coach Sawana from SABC. Coach, you spoke about 55 games, you spoke about the growth. How can you reflect about this season, about the Pirates last season, and also you as a coach for the last, for your stay at Orlando Pirates? As a preparation, to keep going forward?
I'm a smaller puzzle in the bigger picture, and how I'm wired. This has nothing to do with me. It's a mission. When you are at Pirates, you are sent. So you must fulfill the mission. But the growth in the club, it depends how you look at it. I look at the positive side of life. The growth that you have mentioned, the narrowing of the gap, the records that have been broken, the young players that have been introduced, those are positives. Yes, we fell short on some objectives that we wanted, and one can only learn from that and improve going into the next season.
Two quick one, Coach. Will you be kept next season and also Sundowns? And just another one, Sundowns also they've got a draw now against Pyramid in the first leg final. What is your message? Same Pyramid that knock you guys in the semi-final. What is your message to them? Do you think they've got a chance, to come away in Egypt, to win the championship for the second time?
It's not related to this game, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sundowns are at a stage where they're representing the country. They're no longer representing the team. We support them. Sundowns have done it before. I thought they've had results where the result was not favorable for them. When they're here, they go away and get a result. I think they are experienced enough to find a result away from home. And remember this CAF, scoring a goal away from home. So they just need to score one goal. Even if they can still, they have a favor. Score 2 goals. If it's more than one, if it was 1-1. 2-2, 3-3. So for me, it favors them. The result favors them than Pyramids. Me, like I said, I'm wired differently. I'm working at Pirates. If I'm there, good enough. enough. If I'm not there and it's decided, I'm still good enough. I'm just happy with the contribution that I'm making in the club and appreciated by the club. And as long as it's still like that, I will always be a servant of this club until told otherwise.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And just this last one here, Coach.
Coach Budumanke, it's Taman here. I tend to believe what you say, small puzzling in a bigger picture, where big puzzling in a bigger picture. If, Coach, you can summarize this season, 24-25 season, we know we started this season with a lot of uncertainty, where we found a sponsor pulling out on the last minute that we were not expected, and we started the league with 16 teams. Currently, we are 15 teams, and in the league with 15 teams. And I think in our generation, it's the first thing that happened. How can you summarize this season on your own?
Let's give credit when it's due. I thought we are correctly led. We have gone through a lot of phases as the league. I remember during COVID, I don't think any of us would have predicted what happened, the bubble. For me, I thought that was the most wise at that time. I'm sure a lot of us thought the league will stop, but the wisdom. So one, getting the sponsorships. It's not easy with football, but we are still the best league in the continent, and counted as one of the best in the world. I am confident that the 16 teams, 15 teams, the start of the sponsor, it's not the challenges of the league, it's the challenges of the country. When you look at the quality of stadiums that you are playing in, it's not about the league, it's the municipalities, the potholes, everything else. I think we'll be putting a narrow view in focusing on football. This is a societal problem where there's a decline in services in municipalities. There's nothing that the league can do about the quality of the fields. I can complain and say today, the goal that we considered in a normal field with a good surface, we shouldn't concede the goal. But now it's excuses the quality of the fields. It's not the only one. Go anywhere in this country. And now we happen to be this team that plays the football on the ground. And you become the suspects of you suffering from such. And the mistake like happens, if you see, as a defender of the season candidate for me, he falls, we concede. And we look at that very narrow. We don't want to complain. The league is good. The PSL has done everything. And the fact that we still have sponsors the way we have, we really should be proud of the work that they have done.
Thanks, Coach. Just the last one, Coach.
Good evening, Coach. Sam Times Live. Coach, you mentioned all the contributing factors that obviously contribute to making a good league. I'm just thinking here, the possibility of video assistant referee, officiating is one of the big conversations within the league. What is your thoughts, obviously overall looking back into your games as Orlando Pirates and then in the future, do you anticipate that we do have VAR introduced, and what's your thoughts on VAR as it is?
Any system that will assist the game to be better, any system that will assist us to be more professional is accepted. But let us not lie out to ourselves. Countries that have used VAR, others, they want to get rid of it. I want us to be open-minded, that there's still a human error, even on VAR. So let us not just say VAR problem solved. For me, I want us to be open-minded. Any system that will assist this league to be better and take professional decisions is accepted. Let us not look so narrow that there won't be mistakes, human errors. But if it is going to assist the league, it's well and good.
So, Coach.